Just three regular guys with a podcast. Why is it a big deal, though? Like, I don't understand why. Like, what is...
Because I didn't think you knew anybody.
Who can laugh at each other's expense. And right there, my knee was just... Who have the utmost confidence in each other's athletic abilities.
Sub 5.
You're a sub 5 on one of them little tricycles with the little bleep bleep air horns on the...
And whose guests absolutely love joining them on the show.
What are your thoughts on that?
You got some nerve really asking me.
The Choopin' It Up podcast starts in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Choopin' It Up, episode 13.
Could you believe
Take
this?
13B.
Take 2.
Could you believe it?
Take 2.
Unbelievable.
I feel like
That might have been our best recording to this point, and you blew it.
Like the startup of everything, the conversation was awesome.
guys, I feel like we've been here before.
In what way have we been here before?
Like, I feel this is
Instead
deja
of
vu.
where we
Well,
should be?
Well, we've been here,
For
like in
episode
this
13?
garage, and for the
The original?
God.
people that listened last time,
I
we
feel
were
like I
supposed to
heard
be
this
on.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deja vu. We're supposed to
It's
be on
deja
the
vu
we're
all
supposed
over
to be
again.
on the 18th of Elmhurst, and for those of you watching on YouTube, and for those of you that are listening via Spotify or your favorite podcast platform, we are not at the 18th of Elmhurst. We are actually in Tom's garage again. And if we had a green screen, potentially the 18th of Pebble Beach in the works. Not there yet.
Not there yet. Still need a little bit more sponsorship.
Yeah, G&M Snack Bar.
That's right.
So what did you end up doing Sunday?
Yeah, I didn't golf. 2 out of the 3 of us went golfing. Not me.
I'm not going to say it was my idea, but I'm not going to say it wasn't. But
They just needed a fourth, man. I wasn't going to tell them no.
Just,
the text I thought went very well, and I texted you. I thought that was a good text to kind of like break the news to you.
I like how. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what we're
Yeah,
talking about,
it was a great text. If you're ever considering, like, jumping off a roof or something, don't text Tanner.
I'm your guy.
He's not talking you off of it.
so for those of you
You're
that,
going to go off the roof, but
those of you that don't know what we're talking about, okay, we're supposed to be at Elmhurst Sunday. We had this plan. It didn't come to fruition. We had this plan to potentially go golfing elsewhere Sunday. I train athletes on Sunday morning until about 12:30, 1 o'clock. You know, figured we could get out a quick 9 after that. It was the plan. Someone broke the news to me that, hey, we went golfing. And I thought it was just you. I wasn't sure if it was Tom because he didn't say anything. He played it smooth. He didn't even send a text.
No
here,
text.
you know the best part
Go ahead.
was
Did you tell him not to tell me that you were?
no.
Okay.
We already knew,
We already
Right.
knew that we were going.
and I'm finally driving up to meet those guys up to the course.
I hate your guts, both of you.
And I called Matt because nobody's responded to your text yet. And I said to him, "You're telling Hooper."
I go, I'm waiting
I
for
thought-
you to text him. We were waiting for each other to text you.
We love
not-
you, man.
It's not.
love
Not
it.
having a great. I had golf clothes in the
Listen.
car and everything, guys. If that makes you, I hope it. I'm glad it rained on you for 2 holes.
Let me-
I wish it rained on you for 18.
Let me ask you this:
Yeah, go ahead.
what do you hit harder, your 4-iron or your fungo?
Easy, buddy. Easy. Tough question. Tough question.
Did you yell 4?
I think I did. Yes, I don't remember. I yelled kid's name, and
It just
not
was
enough
all-
time. Just not
all-
enough time.
All downhill after that.
I just can't
But
get
listen,
over
it's-
this story. It's the best story.
Wasn't that good?
It is.
Again,
It
when-
is.
It's up there with the
Unfortunately,
Ronnie
Hooper,
choking me out story.
It's a fantastic story. We can't share it on the podcast.
But if you
Golf
want
course
$10,
story.
We'll tell others
if you want
for
$10,
a small fee.
hit Tom up. You get your 10, and you'll get the story.
Venmo me and you'll get the story.
Back to your question, 4-iron or fungo. I'm going to say, last time we were golfing and I was hitting my 4-iron, I was just digging it into wet fairway, so I don't.
True, you didn't hit the ball.
So I'm going to have to say fungo by default.
Great point.
At
Now,
this point, right.
So with that, then, did you hit the fungo straight?
Oh no.
Or did you
I
slice?
I pulled it, so it wouldn't be a slice. It would be whatever.
it.
Yeah, I
Hooked.
hooked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Into a kid.
Thank God you don't hit that thing hard.
Yeah.
Could have some legit
Yeah,
problems
according
right
to-
now
You
if
would have had
did.
the shortest coaching stint.
Head coaching stint.
Right.
Yeah.
During my tenure.
According to renowned hitting coach Piercy,
Yeah.
26-mile-per-hour exit velo, not great. Not great.
If that was comparable to something, what would it be comparable to?
T-ball kid.
T-ball.
Like
okay.
like who like
All right.
like
Right
and like
right
not,
to it. Like he's,
and like-
he's all right with it.
and like-
T-ball kid.
and I'm not even gonna say just a T-ball kid, like
Like the kid that
like-
wears his helmet on backwards.
a
type?
kid that like doesn't start, not one of the starting 9 on the T-ball team, like maybe like the 11th kid.
The kid eating worms out in left field.
Listen, all I know is next time I miss hit my fungo, it's gonna do some damage. All right, I can't take this abuse again.
To the fence?
I don't know.
He's gonna be in the cages next time we go down to the.
Well, here, that is the other part. I mean, we did need things to make our case that, the fence wasn't your fault. This certainly secures that. He couldn't
At
even
this point.
dent the kid's head. Now he's not gonna. He's not.
How is he gonna
He's not
hurt-
gonna dent the fence.
Oh my God.
I don't. I'll have to show Matt the text message that I responded to Piercy with. I don't think I could repeat it on the podcast because it probably wouldn't be a great look.
Yeah, that's probably not a good PR move.
Yeah.
No.
Just in case, but
Never know who's
Yeah, it's
listening.
a pretty good one. But it turned out well.
Yeah.
All well. All's well.
I'll tell you what, though.
Kid went 3 for 4 today, 4 RBIs. So.
Pretty excited for Runko's report card today.
Oh yeah, Runko's report card.
Before we get to Runko's report
okay.
card,
Shoot.
I did just think of something. I gave a call to Coach Chuff,
Ooh.
Whoa.
and he never even responded to me.
When was
Whoa.
this?
This was Friday leaving
yes,
the
yes,
facility.
yes.
I left him a nice voicemail. I said,
Were you going to tell him the story? Is that why you did it?
"Oh, here it was an outstanding voicemail."
Okay.
I said, "Coach Chuff, it's just me. I just wanted to touch base. You've taken Mr. Hooper under your wing and have acted as a mentor of him through the years. Just needed confirmation whether you instructed him and taught him how to hit a fungo. Give me a call when you get a chance." That was it, and I didn't hear anything from him. How much more of a teaser do you need?
I don't know.
I'm waiting.
I'm sure. I
I'm
promise.
on like 5 days now, 6
One,
days.
he forgot about it by now for sure. But if he didn't, he will definitely ask me.
Well,
We start travel ball in like 2 weeks, so he'll ask me what that's all about.
All right.
Yeah. Who keeps playing with their?
Sorry, I keep playing with this.
It's all right. Runko's report card.
Runko's
Sponsored
report
by?
card, G&M Snack Bar.
You got that number handy?
I do, Hooper. I'm glad you asked. It is 570-342-1835. We need
Can someone just please go down
Yeah,
there?
go
Make us
down.
look good.
Tell
Mike?
him who sent you.
Chooping
Open
it up.
Yeah.
Chooping it up sent you. We're offering basically a coupon right now.
Yeah.
You
all
go
we need.
down. You go down. Let Mike know.
We just need someone to go down there.
Yeah.
Let Mike know at the snack bar that Chooping It Up sent you. You will jump the line on our long list of guests that we have lined up, and you're on episode 14.
You're next.
Or the next episode, once I hear from Mike
You're on.
that somebody showed up.
It's true. Yeah.
Help us out.
Send us a picture.
The funding's going to dry up if we're not getting them any business,
Yeah. If the funding dries up,
and we're in trouble.
podcast goes away. Maybe.
Right.
we don't
Yeah.
want that. You
We
guys
can't
don't
have
want
that
that.
happen.
Tom has
Go
this.
down and get a damn piece of pizza, please.
That's all. Just one slice.
Tom spent his dang stimulus on all this stuff.
I know.
Get podcast.
I'm going to need another pandemic.
He's gonna be sleeping on the streets pretty soon.
Anyway, Runko's report card. Runko made the appearance.
And wait, one more thing.
And you guys
put-
got the honor of seeing him too.
Yes,
right?
we did.
Right field.
Right
Right field. Energy drink and
Seeds.
seeds in hand.
Missed them. Sweet and spicy.
Yep.
They were delicious. Always can count on that guy for seeds. Also, I'd be remiss if I did not mention to the listeners out there, definitely put out a fire promo video for this episode of the podcast. So you definitely you should go check it out on
Check
the
Instagram.
Chooping It Up pod on Instagram. Great. If you want to see Matt Tanner actually go into Vince McMahon's limo and get blown up, you definitely go check that one out. So, Runko's report card. Back to the top. What a great episode. Ron was an awesome guest. Super impressed with how professional Tanner was with interviewing his best bud. I thought he'd be more buddy-buddy, but he kept it really professional. Bounce-back game for Tanner. Congrats, dude.
Comeback player.
Comeback player of the week. Starting off
Doing what I have to do.
with Steve the Great Bambino Hooper, who's been hitting line drives the whole episode. He definitely wasn't feeling concussed during this interview.
This has to be coincidental.
His head was on a swivel at all times, and he saw everything coming. Like hitting routine fungos, Hooper was very solid here. Overall grade, B-. Great job, Slugger. Only problem I have is you said first annual Chooping It Up golf tournament. How can something be annual that hasn't happened yet? Inaugural golf tourney. If not for that slip, you'd have a B. Turtle Hat Tom also racks up a B.
It's bucket hat.
With great questions, good job keeping it moving, and a really overall solid job as always with the interview. No complaints here. Matt, comeback Potter of the week, knocks in a solid A rating.
My first day.
I was really impressed, honestly,
Ever.
at how serious he took the interview.
First day ever.
We know. I figured he'd just be giggling with inside jokes and busting his friend's balls, but he didn't. He had some times that he was just talking to his bud, but for the most part, I thought he killed it. Winner, winner, Duck Hooper's got a fungo dinner.
Yeah.
Overall, A for...
Go ahead, finish.
Overall, A for the pod. I'd say this was one of my favorites. I agree with Tom that it could have been 2 parts because it was a bit long, but I listened to it and enjoyed it. This has been Runko's report card. As always, take it, have your... I didn't know your has a P and an I in it, but it does when Runko writes it. Parents sign it and return it to the King of Swing, the Colossus of Clash, the Sultan of SWAT, LSH,
You're the Sandlot.
Little Stevie Hoop. All errors to be corrected
You've
by...
seen the Sandlot, right?
Yes, by
Okay.
Beanball,
Thank
Steve
God.
Marino, Hoop. Runko's report card. He goes from a C last week for his report card. I'm going to give him an A this week. Great job, Runks.
It was a good job. It was
Yeah.
a good report card. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the Hooper busting.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when Runko paid up his $10 to listen to the story,
And he probably
he
did.
almost choked on the seats.
I'm going to say he probably really did give you $10. Facts.
Easily.
Yeah. He would have gave you 20. He seems like the kind of guy that'd give you 10, hear the story, laugh his ass off,
Give
and then
you
give you
20
another.
bucks.
No, give you another
Another
10. Like,
10.
here you go. It was worth it. Worth it.
That was worth my time.
He did say to us, I've never made him laugh before, but
what
when I
was it?
said Bohr's 2 favorite words in the English dictionary are you
and no?
and no, he's like, I started laughing out loud. So he's like, that was funny. He's like, you've never made me laugh in your life, but I'll give it to you.
Oh, that was spot on. Mm-hmm. So, NBA playoffs are happening
Bohr
right
mania,
now.
though, baby.
Playing games right
Got mine
now.
on.
Lakers, Warriors tonight.
Yeah, big one.
Big one, huge one. I can tell you the Lakers do not want to be playing that Warriors team.
Nope.
I wouldn't want to be playing that Warriors
Not
team.
in a one and done.
Not the way that Steph's been playing, too, right now. Better season than his MVP season, also.
They showed a list of like all the potential MVP candidates. A
It's
lot of
Steph,
guys.
Jokic, Embiid.
Well, I didn't know what Westbrook averaged a triple-double again.
I'm not saying that's not impressive, but it's
They
just...
ESPN's had Julius Randle on there.
I'd put Julius Randle up there.
Gotta.
I'd even put Chris Paul up there right now.
Yeah, he was on it. He was on it still.
Pacers. Who played the Pacers yesterday? Oh, the Hornets. That game
Oh,
was
Hornets got
okay.
bounced, right?
They got blown out.
Yeah.
But then the Wizards disappoint me in their whole energy and atmosphere. Like, they didn't seem like they were into that game at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jason Tatum and Kemba came out swinging, which they need to be. They're your superstars. They're your go-to guys.
Tatum 50.
Yeah.
What?
But he
Problem.
was on fire. Like, he was hitting everything, and it wasn't like they were easy shots. Like, some of them were open, yeah, but like some of them were like backing guys down, fadeaways,
Yeah,
going
he's
to
got
the
it.
basket. He's
got a great
everything.
game.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch.
What's he these days? Like 20? Was he like 23? 22?
23,
You're the Duke fan.
24.
Yeah, listen, I can't
He's not
remember.
old.
No, yeah,
No.
he's
not old at all.
not older than 23.
But
I
I
can't
mean,
remember
A
when
lot
he.
of mileage left.
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember when he
I'm
played.
kind of disappointed the Sixers never took him when they had the chance to. Sick. They took, I think Ben was in that class. They took Ben over him. I'm pretty sure.
So you want
No,
Tatum
Ben-
over Ben?
No, Ben's like 26.
Then who'd they take? They had to take somebody over him.
Here,
I don't know.
You guys talk. I'm gonna
But,
go.
yeah.
Stats and research is
Yeah,
gonna look it
I
up.
would take
Yeah.
Tatum over Ben, yeah. I think Tatum would have opened the court up more for Embiid.
Right.
And plus, like, when you need a bucket and you can't just throw it in the post and wait for the double to come for Embiid, Tatum can kind of break someone down one-on-one and now get a basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I like Tatum a heck of a lot more than Ben.
Don't
was
get me wrong.
interested,
I'm
I
not
know.
going to want to trade Ben away. I think he
Right.
does a lot of good things. But,
Yeah.
like, for the dynamic of what the Sixers are right now, I think
Wow.
how far off was I?
Oh no.
Will somebody send you a
No,
video
no,
on the
no.
phone?
Who the
Washington
Six,
cheat footage.
Yeah,
who the
Jesus.
Sixers
security
who the
camera?
Sixers took? You're gonna laugh too.
Oh,
when you hear
Markelle
it.
Fultz.
Markelle Fultz.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
I
yeah.
don't know why
Over
I thought-
Lonzo,
That's
Tatum,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
De'Aaron Fox.
But
Yeah,
that,
that was
I don't know. That was a weird.
that was
whole
like
dynamic.
that's the equivalent of the NFL
But that was-
quarterback draft.
Yeah.
But that was it. Markelle Fultz had a hell of a year in Washington. I get it.
Right. A year. I'm not getting into this.
But that's all you're going off of. Ball 1 year, Tatum 1 year, Josh Jackson 1 year, De'Aaron Fox 1 year. Like that's all. They're all 1 year guys. Jonathan
Yeah,
Isaac
but-
1 year guy.
But again, Fultz played at Washington.
Okay, that's yes. All right.
He's not the best player in the world.
Did he have a good season? Absolutely. But like, look at what you just said. Look at all those guys. You had UCLA, Duke, Kentucky. Who else?
And De'Aaron Fox
Isaac was
owned
Florida
Lonzo
State.
Ball in that tournament game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They ask what is it? They ask Magic Johnson if like he regrets taking Lonzo Ball over De'Aaron Fox, and he still won't admit that he does. Like how Lonzo Ball's on a different team.
I can't.
De'Aaron Fox is a stud.
I can't stand Kentucky, and I'm a
Yeah.
huge De'Aaron Fox fan.
I think he needs to get out of Sacramento.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I mean LaMelo Ball is the ball. I'm all in on LaMelo.
He's
I'm
better.
all in
He's
on
better.
Yeah.
He's better than Lonzo.
Yeah.
Where
But
they
I'm
are
not,
in their careers.
I'm not all in on him. I don't think he's like this
I think
Yeah.
surefire Hall of Famer.
No, absolutely not. He's got to do a lot more to be like that
Yeah.
in that regard.
No, but I'm just saying over Lonzo. Yes, that's what I was. But I'm all in
Yeah,
as the
I'm with
best
you.
ball. Yes.
Right.
I think he does more for your team.
Yeah. You think if you were a who does God, why am I drawing a blank here? Oh, if you were a Hawks fan, would you be mad, right? Because they traded the year they drafted
Trae Young.
Trae Young. They traded with the Mavs, right, to get Trae Young. I think they moved up to get Trae Young.
Okay.
And the Mavs got Doncic, or maybe they moved back and they got Trae Young and the Mavs got Doncic.
Okay.
You'd want Doncic over Trae Young, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trae Young's good.
Doncic is
Trae Young's gonna go down here in the series opening
Doncic
series
is
against
just
the
like,
Knicks.
he reminds me of a slower James Harden almost.
Dude, he looks like he got, like, beefy. Like, not a good beefy, right? He looks like he
Who,
put on
Doncic?
some. Yeah, he looks like he put on some, like,
I don't know if he put
weight.
on weight, but like
Not good weight.
you still can't guard him.
No, you still can't guard him,
Like
which
he's
is
still,
crazy.
He's still sneaky quick. He's crafty with the ball. Pick and roll. He's always making the right decision, and he has that awesome step back where he can get to it at any time and he shoots it over everybody. So like I still
I'm all. I like Doncic. Doncic, however you say his name.
Doncic.
Big fan of Luka. Big fan. I like
Feel-
those.
His only knock is, which I don't think is a knock, but if I had to nitpick anything, is his emotion.
Getting a lot
I
of
think-
texts
I
recently.
think his emotion kind of gets the better of him at times, where he gets that stupid technical, or he gets in
Yeah.
an argument with
He's
the player.
young. He's young
right,
still.
which
He's
I'm
just a
saying,
kid.
right, exactly. But if
What-
there's any fine tuning, it would be that.
Right.
What seed are they? Like 4 or 5?
Ooh,
they-
on that side.
They have to be 5 because the Blazers are 6, I believe. I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
But they're in the playoffs. They're a team you still.
Yeah, they're 5. They're playing the Clippers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them. That'll be interesting.
Oh, speaking of the Clippers, before we get to our guest, you guys see that whole conspiracy with them? That's not like proven, but like they were talking about on ESPN and everything.
No.
Supposedly, they played like 2 teams that are way under 500. It was like the Pistons
Okay.
and like Sacramento. They won like a total of 5 games, the both of them, through April and May. Played them back to back. Clippers lost both games. Because they lost both games, if they potentially win to the Western Conference Final and the Lakers, they wouldn't face the Lakers until the Western Conference Finals. So supposedly they lost their last 2 games, so they wouldn't have to see the Lakers until Western Conference Finals.
Right, because they drop and play the Jazz.
Yes. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, did like Paul George play in those games?
I don't think Paul or Kawhi played in either of
Okay,
those
well
games.
then, yeah, then maybe I might buy into it.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 80% sure that they're 2 top players that they went out and got in free agency the last 2
that's
years
the
ago
Yeah.
didn't play.
And that's the thing right now with the era of load management. Oh no, we just
Right.
wanted to give them a rest. No, you wanted to not play the Lakers.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's where the NBA kind of punishes themselves by playing. I mean, this year it's obviously not 82. I think they're around 72 or something like
I
that.
believe
but,
it's like 10 less games, right?
yeah, but it's not like where the NFL. You don't have time to do that.
Right.
You
don't have
every
games.
single
Right.
game counts. That's
Right.
not true in the NBA. You need and you need to give those guys
Absolutely.
their
right.
rest. People, it's a hot button issue, but if you want them in the long haul, like you look at and I don't know specifics, but you look at the minutes and the mileage on LeBron's legs.
Over the past, like, what is it?
Yeah, he's going
He went
through
to
a
9
regular
straight
season
finals.
and finals, and there's nobody in the world playing it more basketball than him.
Right.
And then people are going to complain that
He
he's
takes
taking
a game
break
off.
today.
Yeah.
And now he's going to the
I mean-
Olympics. I mean,
Right.
I get it. I get it to an extent. Like, you paid money,
Yeah,
you're
you
going
wanna
to
go
see
see
them.
'em, sure.
Absolutely.
Right,
But
right.
let's, like, be realistic with what you're watching. You're watching somebody that put months and years and years and years and years
Yep.
of minutes on his body. He's got to take a break here and there.
Right.
also, I feel like they care about the fans, but like, all right, LeBron trying to win a championship, I'm sure he gets postseason bonuses for, the farther he goes. Like, he's
Right.
going to do what he needs to do. Not that he's trying to,
I think LeBron's doing okay financially.
I think he's doing all right,
Right.
but still, I mean,
Didn't he sign a lifetime deal with Nike, something like that, too?
but still. I mean, you can never
No, I know
have
what
too
you're saying.
you can never have
Right.
too much money.
Right.
Like when this pod blows up, we're going to keep going back to G&M Snack Bar asking with our hands out. Hey.
Grabbing a Firebird.
So, Hoop, you want to build up the guest here?
Listen, I don't really, outside of being a sibling to one of our podcast guests here, I don't really know what else to say about him here.
Wow.
I'm not going to tell him that you said that at all.
Is he going to listen to this? Or?
Are you-
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Are you speechless?
Huh?
Are you speechless? You're that excited that he's on the show?
I am. I'm
I'm going to
all
give
right.
him a call now.
Okay, I'm going to build him up.
Mid
What if he
Valley
doesn't
basketball
answer?
player, golfer, extraordinaire.
Joining us soon as he answers. Mid-Valley, former Mid-Valley golfer, basketball player,
Tennis
Put-
also.
And
tennis player,
Yes.
King's College player, and potentially, definitely, maybe the best tanner out of the 4 in a potential 3-point shootout. Joining us now on the pod, Matt's younger brother, but also Noah Tanner, ladies and gentlemen here.
What's up, Noah?
Hello.
Noah, how are you?
I'm great. How are we?
Good.
We're doing all right, bud.
How's it
Doing all
going?
right.
How's it going,
It's
man?
going well. I like the introduction. I've definitely taken my chances against anyone,
Yeah. In true Tanner
Especially-
fashion, we got you.
especially those 3 hooligans. They can't. I never get to speak my piece in these situations. So here I am.
We all
now.
can dream. We all can dream.
Yeah, that's true.
He really is.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we'll just do it, and then once it happens, then we'll have it settled.
Listen, Coach Kelly was your biggest fan. I'm pretty sure he took you 100% in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, you know what? Me and Coach Kelly have a great relationship. You know,
No,
you know
no.
he's one guy. He's one guy that shoots it straight. So I mean, he's gonna call it like it is. So if Jack's putting me in charge here and putting me at the win, I'm going with him. He's not wrong.
Shoots it straight with his talking or with his actual jump shot?
Shoots it straight with the splash works. But
Splash zone. Splash zone Kelly.
No, were you ever in the splash zone?
Kelly. Yeah, I hit the splash zone. He had us for a math class. I think 8th grade year when he first got there. We had a hell of a class. There was a bunch of idiots in there. It's like me, Urso, RJ, Aaron.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
It was bad.
You could sell tickets to watch Jack teach that class.
It was unreal.
Andy Reid face shields in the front row.
Oh,
good.
So, no, I know what's going on in your life. You want to give these guys a little rundown of what's happening right now with you?
Yeah, I mean, right now I just got done with another semester. I would be graduating, but as we all know, I'm trying to play one more year, so I'm going to stay. I picked up some minor in marketing classes.
See, I
So
didn't know. I was just asking your brother. He said to say that. Yeah, I didn't know. I was wondering if you were still playing, what the deal is with that.
Yeah, I am, and especially because, like, this last year was supposed to be, like, my year back and then one more year, but we didn't even get the chance to play this year, so now it's, like, definitely sure in my head that I want to stay and play, so I'll be doing that.
Nice.
Studying mass communications right now, but like I said, starting to take some minor in marketing classes just so I could fill credit so I could stay. So that's been good. I just finished the semester, about to get on a plane tomorrow and go to Florida to see my friend for a couple weeks.
oh I'm sorry
Ooh.
sorry to hear that.
Living the good life.
Unbelievable.
So that kind of
Yeah.
leads me into my first question, Noah, is I don't think a lot of people knew about your injury, but how was it going through that? And, like, as you know, like, our whole family has kind of gone through it, like some type of injury or some type of setback. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I actually didn't even think about it till right now, until you just said that I was another, like, leg injury in this shot family of ours. With all these injuries, but
Kind of give people the story of what happened to
yeah,
you.
it was kind of crazy. So I rolled my ankle real hard. It was a pretty violent roll, and I didn't think anything of it. I'm not going to tell the whole story because it's real long. And basically went to the hospital a couple times because I couldn't sleep because I was in so much pain for 4 days. And they told me it was a rolled ankle, high ankle sprain, like, it'll be all right. You could figure it out. And that's when I actually had met with Tom, because me and Mom knew something was definitely wrong. So we met with Tom. He got us in with Henses real luckily. And that's when Dr. Henses saw me. And within 5 minutes of, like, looking at my foot and looking at everything that was going on in my leg, he said I needed surgery. So I ended up getting fasciotomy surgery on what's called compartment syndrome. It's pretty complex. And what I was told, it usually doesn't happen very often. So
High
pretty
impact
unique injury.
injuries.
Yeah, so I was pretty lucky to have that guy you're sitting with, Tom, because I don't think if it was for him, we wouldn't have got everything figured out in time. And what I learned was that I could have lost my leg in, I guess, a couple more days of not figuring everything out. So pretty amazing to figure out that Tom knew something was definitely wrong, along with talking to me and Mom. And we got in there, got everything figured out, and I got the surgery. So everything's kind of all right. Still some minor, like, issues with the foot and everything, but as far as I'm concerned, being able to walk right now is a blessing. So it's been pretty amazing.
So, quick story before we get into anything else. I took Noah to get his staples out.
Uh-huh.
We go up to Scranton Orthopedic. We're sitting in the waiting room, bullshitting, you know, talking to one another. The PA comes in. She's like, hey, how you guys doing? We're like, we're good. She starts unwrapping Noah's leg, getting him all situated. And she's like, all right, I'm just going to start taking these out. And Noah's like, Matt, will you take a couple of pictures? I want to see what it looks like. I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I take one before she's going through. I take one after. Noah's not looking the entire time. He's like staring at the ceiling, staring at the wall, not looking down at his leg at all. All of a sudden, she's like, oh, I only have like 3 left. Noah's like, oh, okay, cool. He looks up,
Yeah.
looks at his leg, whole face goes white.
No way.
Passes out.
Did you?
Passed
Yeah.
How come
out.
this is the first time I'm hearing that?
Tom, I'm
I
like,
don't know.
I started jumping around. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god, is he okay? The PA starts like giggling. She's like, oh, this is
Happens all the
happens
time.
all the time.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
picks his legs up.
Another one bites dust.
Picks his legs up.
Yeah.
All the blood goes back to his head, all to his heart and everything. He goes, what just happened? I was like, dude, you just passed out. Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? He's like, nah, I'm fine. Like, leave me alone. Don't touch me. He's like, I'm sweating like a bitch though.
Yeah, that was actually the first time that they undressed it, and I actually saw what the incision was, and I was told it was large, but I really had no idea of how long it really was. So I remember that. Yeah, Matt, that was when I finally looked at it, and I like picked my leg up, started examining it. I was like fine with it the whole time,
Yeah.
and I guess something wasn't all right in my head with that. So I passed out and woke up. It was a little fuzzy. Matt was all nervous. He was running around the room. He was more nervous than I was.
I could tell you a good pass out story, but I'll leave that for another day.
Okay.
That happened to me once over kind of similar things, seeing something where it wasn't a big deal to me, and I had no idea, just dropped.
Just went out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you still you get the feeling back?
No.
You still you still lost that.
Yeah, it's pretty odd. Yeah, it's real weird. It's like
Like a
kinda numbs
tingly
almost.
sensation.
In a sense, it's like you could tell something's there, but if it was like sharp or dull, you wouldn't really know. So it's like
Okay.
pretty off. It's pretty off
I know what you mean.
sensation.
How's the scar?
Sick.
It's doing good. I
Really?
mean, I think
It's
it looks
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Good story.
Yeah, I mean,
So when you go down to, you go down to Florida here, right?
yeah, that's a shark. That's a shark bite for everyone down there.
All right. So essentially those the ladies on the beach are gonna ask about the scar.
Conversation
it's that
starter.
Is that visible still?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely visible. You could definitely. I mean, down it, it's like got a more like white hue to it, but along
Right.
towards the bottom, it looks like it almost is going away in a sense.
Okay.
But towards like up towards like my like calf and stuff, it's definitely more noticeable.
Right.
So my question, you said you're going back to play your last season of basketball. So after dealing with this, once you went through the rehab and were able to, get back on the court, obviously, what were the biggest hang-ups? Just, I'm guessing it would probably be mentally, but just getting back on the court knowing that you had a routine ankle roll and caused this big issue to your leg.
Yeah, that was definitely like one of the main things mental, because physically once I got back, I was just happy to be able to be like back and everything, so I wasn't really thinking about that. Like my foot felt somewhat all right, so I was like, all right, we're good to go. But like being able, like this injury, like you're saying, coming back, like I had to relearn to walk with that foot with like rehabilitation and stuff, and I was wearing a brace on it for a while, so coming back, it was definitely the most mental part, because like you said, it was off one of the most routine things. I did it actually after playing pickup for an hour and a half, and I was just taking a couple extra jump shots and did it on a step back move. So doing it off that and playing all these years of my life and never having something so crazy happen, and it was just something like that, like you were saying, it's definitely so wild. So I think like the first couple times back, it was like layups and going off like
Kind of
that
tiptoeing
foot.
around, kind of
Yeah,
feeling
it
yourself
was like,
out.
yeah, it wasn't like I was able to, but I wasn't really trying to go 100% because it was just so like subtle how I did it. It was just like, could it happen again? And once I just taped it up, and once I started putting that behind me, it was kind of easier to just start playing, and essentially I forgot about it.
Yeah, that's crazy that you did it on a step back, because
Yeah.
like just watching you play high school basketball, you probably had like the least amount of respect for your body in terms of you'd go into the lane and you would just throw your body around and just like throw it up. So the fact that
Yeah.
you did something that devastating on a step back is wild.
That was
Yeah,
one of the. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely crazy, like you were saying, because like I was saying, there's definitely been a lot of situations I could account for just going up and coming down pretty hard, and nothing ever serious happened, thank God. But for it to happen on that, it was pretty insane. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, no, his injury is by far and away the most like strangest, bizarre. Yeah, that I've seen myself, because again, just what he did, that typically doesn't lead to the compartment syndrome that he touched on. And it was one of those when I saw him, came in with mom and dad that day into the training room, and I'm looking at him, and he's telling me he rolled his ankle, and I'm going, no, you didn't. Like,
I'm looking at this. You did something.
ankle's good, but You know,
So what?
I don't know about the rest of it.
What was so when you looked at Noah's leg, was it just like swollen? Or what?
Like there was a
So-
buildup of blood.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's buildup of blood and swelling and things in the. It was basically on the outside of his entire low leg, going from
Like
ankle up
if
towards
you were to
his
do
knee.
that to Noah, like how he's rubbing his leg, he'd be in like excruciating pain.
Yeah. So is essentially what happens is your leg has a ton of different compartments that are wrapped in fascia, and you get that buildup of pressure there, and there's only so much room for it to go, and then it starts cutting off nerve supply, blood supply, all that kind of stuff, and could be a very, very life-changing condition,
Right.
if it's not treated the right way, and because the other thing is, Noah went in, and when Doc Henza saw him, Noah went in and got surgery, and once surgery's out and you release that and have that fasciotomy, you're not out of the woods at that point yet, because that actually has to be. How many days did you end up in the hospital?
6.
6, yeah. So
We had three surgeries in 6 days.
right, so they had to keep going in and clean it up a little bit and
Relieve that pressure.
yeah, because once you go in, it actually stays open. So it stays open, and he has it just bandaged
Like with the
to
vacuum
allow
on it.
to allow the pressure to decrease enough until they feel. Because if you go in, release it,
Then bandage them all up and seal them up. It's just going to build
it's going
back
to come
up again.
back. Right. And so it's a long road, and I'd be honest, man, I was a nervous friggin' wreck for you from beginning to end. That day you came up. I remember the boys were practicing. I think you came up to work out a little bit just to kind of start seeing where you were at in terms of getting back into activity. And I was just like floored that to that point he was able to do what he was able to do.
And if
having gone
anybody
through
knows
everything.
Noah, he cannot sit still. Like
Yeah.
him being cooped up in that hospital room for 6 days was like cruel torture to him. And like he was cool like the first 2 days, and then like I visited him like
'Cause
that
of the meds.
fourth, fifth day, he's like, get out of my face. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Like it's not him. I just get it. Like he
right.
doesn't want to be in that room anymore, just staring at the same 4 walls, watching TV. He likes. I'm not saying he's a social butterfly, but he likes to make his rounds with his friends and like get out and do his own thing.
Right.
And
Yeah. I went up a bunch of times to visit him here and there, and he certainly wasn't happy, tied down to a hospital bed. You had a pretty good. You had some friends visit, right? Didn't you have a pretty
Yeah,
good story there why you had friends visiting?
Oh man, yeah. So actually, guys from the team, one of the guys who had graduated, his name's Tyler. So they came with one of my favorite foods of all time, pancheros. So we were hanging out. They came and ate it. We had a game on, and Tyler was sitting there, and they're all sitting there. And I guess I did have this like pump that was draining like fluids and a little bit of blood out of my leg while it was like healing and stuff. And like it was visible, and like there's a little tube that had like blood going through it. Like at times, it wasn't like coming out of my leg at like a crazy amount. It was like
No,
a couple
yeah.
drops
Like a little,
every
like,
like
drip.
5 minutes.
drip.
Yeah, but he was watching it, and I guess he had like a very weak stomach for medical stuff and stuff like that. And before I knew it, his burrito was on the ground. Everyone's looking around at him, and he's completely seizing up, like out cold, like gone. Wakes back up like a little bit, and then says like, I don't feel good. I think it's gonna happen again, and goes straight back out, seizing. So by this point, there's 15 doctors in the room, people strapping stuff to his chest. His mom's on the phone. Everyone else gets kicked out. Somehow I get the phone in my hand. I'm not supposed to be moving and stuff. Somehow I'm in the crutches in the corner of the room now with all the beds and everything pushed back. They're attending to him, putting him on a gurney, strapping all this stuff to his chest. I got his mom on the phone asking me if she could talk to him. I was like, honestly, like he's not even awake right now. Like, no. I was like, he cannot talk right now. I was like, so then I started like yelling. I was like one of his friends, like Joe, who came with him. I was like, you need to come get the phone. He like ran back in, took it. And then like all this was going on. They're strapping stuff. They finally take him out. And then I'm just like over in the corner of the room still, like, no. And my mom just comes in mad. She's like, what Are you okay? I was just standing there. I was like, yeah, I'm not really worried about me. I'm just like worried about my friend that almost just died in here for some reason. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
he ended
Yeah,
up
I
staying in the
forgot all about
hospital
that.
downstairs. Yeah, he was like downstairs in the hospital getting like fluids and stuff for a couple hours, but he checked out to be all right. So
Jeez.
Yeah, that was wild. What's is there anything right now on the floor you can't do that you feel you can't
uh
do because of it, because of the injury?
honestly, I just don't even know if I could do like a full game or like
Okay.
play like a full amount of anything because so far
Because
really
of your
since
leg
we've
or
had
because of your wind?
because of my what?
Your conditioning or because of your leg?
No, because of my leg itself. Like my conditioning, I feel like it's fine, but I haven't put my leg through a full like game or like it's so different playing a full game compared
Okay.
to practicing and just going on
Right.
a run or something like that. Like
That's a
it's like
different type
very
of speed
different.
and
Yeah,
endurance, right?
and definitely like using it as much and making it as tired compared to just going for a run and everything. So
Yeah.
with being back so far, we really haven't. We had like these mild practices where we weren't allowed to do much because of COVID. Like no scrimmaging was allowed or anything. So like I haven't really played like a full blown game or anything yet.
Okay.
So, but as far as everything else goes, it's like pretty much all right. Like I've been able to like run, jump, do all that stuff.
Have you gone back to that move since it happened?
Step back, yeah, I've done it a couple times, and like with getting back into practicing and stuff, just because like I'm not gonna not do it for
Right.
some freak accident, you know.
Right.
Mhm.
It was a one time thing. I'm gonna just chalk it up as that. I did it some weird way, and you know, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely do step back still.
Okay.
You know, I feel when it's taped up, I don't really think about it
Right.
because I feel like if I don't have the chance to roll my ankle, and if I even if I rolled it, I don't think I could do it that violently as I did because it was a very, very just violent roll, like the quickest roll of an ankle, like
Huh.
so fast. And it was so violent. So I think that's in the sense if even I roll it again, I couldn't even do something that crazy.
Right.
At least I'm hoping not. Tom, what do you think?
I hope not. You can't. That's like getting hit with lightning twice.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You know. So you said you're a what'd you say, mass communications major?
Yeah, mass communications.
What's the plan? What's the plan after?
So there's like 4 different tracks. So you could do like broadcasting, you could do like writing, you could do like television and stuff like that. And I kind of just didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just took classes all throughout college of all parts of the major itself. So
Uh-huh.
within the last like 2 semesters, I've really gravitated towards like sports writing and like broadcasting and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully with the next year and stuff, definitely tapping into pipelines we have with like different shows. Like I know a guy that graduated from King's a couple of years ago has his own Barstool show. A guy that, or my advisor, who's like the head of mass communications, is talking about we have great communications with the Scott Van Pelt show and stuff like that. So
Yo.
hopefully with
Okay.
yeah, like stuff like that. So I mean, it's stuff we've been talking about for the last years or so, and hopefully just could
Get-
put some plan into action to start small and then go bigger.
Yeah, get some type of internship or something with
Yeah,
one of those guys.
absolutely.
That'd be cool.
And then make sure
That's-
you throw a rope back our way and pull us up with you,
But
bud.
I'm coming right back. I'm coming right back to the Troop Boys.
He's taking.
That's it. That's why we love you.
Troop Boys are coming with me.
Yeah.
I mean, for a small price, we'll replace you, put you in here for a hooper. You could be the host.
You can't take the heart and soul, man.
Listen, I'll just work behind the computer. That's fine. That's all
He'll
right.
be the production
I'll
guy.
be the producer. Listen, he'll probably also hire you for the NFHS network
Yeah,
to
you
do,
could call
to
a
do
couple
Spartan
basketball
games.
Call some games. Wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure.
I just saw whatchamacallit, track team had a district championship. That was awesome.
Yeah, they had a
Yeah.
heck of
I saw that,
a
yeah.
day up there.
Good for
that
them.
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. That was one of the interesting tidbits that I learned about Noah. I didn't know it until maybe your mom said something, probably at some point during the injury, that you were a big talented writer.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, it's definitely something I enjoy. Like I hate math and I hate all that other stuff. So like it's like writing. I definitely enjoy it, and I think I do well at it. So
Nice.
try to find something along those lines with it.
That's cool.
I asked Ronnie this question all, but I'm kind of curious of what your answer would be to this. You were very good at basketball. You had a good run your senior year. I think it was your sophomore year you came off the bench, or junior year you came off the bench with Jay and them.
Sophomore year at the
sophomore
end.
year, and you were that
Towards
spark
that
plug.
state run,
yeah. If you had to play with anybody in their prime and you're in your prime at Mid Valley, who would it be?
So I have to pick someone from Mid Valley who was playing in their prime, and I get to play alongside them.
Yeah, you can give me like your top 3, top 4 if you want to. If it's
Ronnie's
kinda...
definitely one of them. Ronnie is definitely one of them because he would have had my assist off the chart. 'Cause every time you touched it,
yes and no, because he
every
might
time
have missed that
I
first
don't
one.
want to. I don't want to hear it. Ronnie was a demon. Ronnie was a demon. Him on the court. Me and him would have had so much fun because you know how I am. He's
Oh,
the same
absolutely.
way, so. I think that would have been a good
I think
time.
you would have been talking even a little bit more shit, knowing that Ronnie was behind your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it
100%.
a little easier, right?
I definitely loved my big RJ. I'll never trade RJ for the life. He was never the biggest, but he was finishing every time. So
you guys had a good connection too. You guys always had a feel
Awesome.
for one another.
yeah, so Ronnie would definitely be one of them. I would have loved to play with Adam Snowski too.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine those two on the floor together?
Those two talking,
playing
defense with one another.
Yeah, just because his attitude once again. Just because I at least loved.
I would have loved to seen you guys play in practice against one another.
Yeah.
You two would have went at each other's neck at practice. If he had to guard you, oh my God, that would have been awesome to watch.
Yeah, and third, I'm gonna go with definitely Abda, just so so I could have worked him back in high school and gave him buckets all day.
You're the best.
Oh, God. All right.
I would have chose Jack, but he didn't go to the Valley, so.
Okay. Jack, honorable mention. Jack, top of the list for non-Valley
Jackson,
players.
number 1 Dunmore kid he wants to play with.
Yeah. Just so he could embarrass him in practice, yes.
He'd have been number 1 anywhere, but he didn't go to Mid Valley. So.
Oh my God.
That is the best. Abda, just so you could just go at him in practice.
Just so I could play against him.
Oh man. So no, you said that I told Hooper that you were a tennis and
Yeah.
golf
tennis and
guy. So do you feel like you are a big advocate for multi-sport athletes? Like, do you think they help out with one another?
That's an interesting question, Matt. Yeah, I just think it was especially my senior year. I honestly wish I did them sooner. I played golf since freshman year, but tennis was just like a senior year thing where I just picked it up and it was so much fun. Grandin Eddie did a great job with us. Like, literally just, I don't even know, like, just convinced us all to play with me, Brad, like, and we just played. And I think that definitely added a lot of fun towards the end of my senior year because after basketball, it was like, now what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like so fun picking that up. So I definitely think like multi-sports, getting to play as many as you could because you just build relationships with a lot of different people.
Are you the right? Because Gabe plays golf, right?
Yes.
Gabe golfs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna.
Does Josh golf at all?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, are you the best?
He's
are you
already the best.
Are
Don't
you
even
the, are
ask.
you the
Yeah,
best?
no is the best. I'm not even
Okay.
gonna argue
Okay.
about that.
Golfer?
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down.
There's not even a question.
Okay.
Not even a question.
All right, I wasn't
about
sure.
that.
I wasn't sure. So disregard
I mean,
that
Probably
question.
it's probably like
Yeah,
Noah,
three
Gabe,
minutes.
me, Josh right now.
Okay.
Gabe is second?
I'd put Gabe second right now. I would.
Really?
Just because I feel like Gabe has a more pure swing than I do.
All right.
Josh
I
looks
haven't seen Gabe play, but
I would throw him out there. I'm not very confident in my golf game. I just like to go out
yeah,
there and have a good
Matt's
time.
not bad. Matt's all
No.
right.
Right.
I'm surprised Matt golfs, Tom. Honestly, those who like
Why is
because
that?
you know Matt's temper and like the way
Yeah.
he is.
Well,
I figured after
Oh.
Matt like hit one bad shot, he would have snapped the club over his leg and said, "All right, like forget this. Like I'm out of here. Like I don't need this golf shit. Like you guys aren't cool. Like
I mean, if we're really being honest, I don't know about you either.
Yeah.
oh come on, come on.
You got a temper on you yourself.
I think on the basketball court, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Well,
what,
with
though.
golf, I was calm.
It was an absolute blast watching Matt and Josh on the course together. Oh boy, it was.
Sunday. Oh yeah, when you guys
You were
yeah,
busy.
ditched
You
me.
were working.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, great guys.
But we
I
had.
brought some news to you, nice.
It was me and Matt against Corey and Josh.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was probably hole 12,
Something like
when
that.
Josh finally threatened your life.
Yeah. Because
Wait a minute.
Josh would
Yeah.
Josh. He wasn't hitting good drives throughout the day. Like in the beginning, I'd be like, "Oh, I see it."
I see it. It's right there.
And then by hole 12, he's like, if you say it again, I'm punching you in the face.
Yeah.
Now here's my thing, man. I feel like you would have more of a temper if you were not like. So if you somehow forgot to bring some adult beverages and forgot your wallet and weren't able to buy them on the course, I feel like you would be get a little more frustrated on the course if you hit a bad shot. But
I think I get actually more frustrated when I start adult beverages. I think I'm a little bit more even kill when I'm not. All of a sudden, I get a
have
little.
you ever golfed without adult beverages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually I try not to, but like I have.
All right. The one time I golfed with you this season, that
The
was-
mini golf course.
Oh man.
So Noah, do
Who
you think? Go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, who do you guys got for the Warriors Lakers tonight?
I'm gonna go Warriors.
yeah,
I'm gonna go with the hotter team right now.
Steph's hot.
Steph's on a tear right now.
I don't know. I mean, if LeBron's healthy and he's all right on this ankle,
You gonna go Lakers?
yeah, I think the Lakers.
So
are gonna
it all
get him.
depends on LeBron though.
Yes.
But
Okay.
he said he'll never be 100%
Who
again.
are you?
Well,
Oh, Warriors.
Warriors? No, who you got?
I'm going with the Warriors too. I think the game comes down to I think A. Wiggins.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Stephen A. said it. Stephen A. said it today because the way he put it was like they asked if you took Steph Curry out as the most threat and LeBron James, who else are you most worried about? Who has to make the biggest impact? And instead of saying AD, he said A. Wiggins, and I agreed because you know what
Right.
AD's going to give you, whatever he's going to give you. You know
Right.
what he's doing. But if you could slow down LeBron, then you just have to worry about that. So A. Wiggins, if he has a good game, he's actually making shots and he could actually play defense. I think the Warriors win because Steph Curry is the hottest player in the NBA right now.
Who do you like in this playoffs? Like who do you see in the NBA Finals?
I don't know, dude.
That's a tough one. I know.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be.
it really
tough.
is because all these teams are like good and they're winning and they look real good.
Who's
and
ever
they
hot at the
don't.
right time right now too?
Yeah, but honestly, I like the Suns a lot. I like the
Do
way
ya?
that they play.
Mhm.
I like the way that they played. I like their team. They had young guys, and you saw in the bubble last year they went undefeated, so they didn't even get the chance in the playoffs yet to do what they could do. So
Now, if you're the Suns, though, do you really want the potential of playing like the Lakers or Warriors, being that you did do all that hard work throughout the season, and now you have to play either the Lakers that are the defending champs or the Warriors that are probably one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now?
I just think it's how the cards are drawn, and if they can get through them
Yeah.
in the first round, I don't see them being stopped. And with the veteran Chris Paul that they have, I just think he makes any team the championship team that they're on. Because you see it every year. He gets moved around, but you see every team that gets moved.
That they
is,
improve. Their
deep
numbers
in the
go up.
playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
Their
the
numbers
do
go
go up.
Absolutely.
You saw it when they almost took down the Warriors when he was on the Rockets. And
That
he got
game-
hurt that last game.
Game
Didn't
6.
play game
yeah.
7.
He didn't, right.
And look what happened. They lost, but the whole entire series he was tearing them apart. So
Yeah, I think
I like the Suns.
I think the Suns are a good one too because even where they're at right now, the thing I like about the NBA is you have young, like Booker is another young kid
24,
that I
25,
love.
yeah.
You know, unfortunately he's from Kentucky,
Another
but
Kentucky guy.
you know, but
He was a six-man for Kentucky that year, too, wasn't he?
yeah, but the way that like that Suns organization has just continually improved.
Right.
You know,
yeah, they gelled
we're
so
not,
nice.
You know, I don't know if they're, you know, everybody's going in, they're competitive, they want to win it,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's the, like, to say this year's the year.
That they're going to,
You know,
right.
they're gonna go in, give it hell, and try to scare, you know, the Lakers or whoever else along the way, but just continue to build.
Right.
You know, I think unless something really shakes up that roster, they're
Like-
not going away for a long time.
It's almost like they're the Bulls when Derrick Rose when they were really young, when they had Derrick Rose and they gave the Cavs
Yeah,
a
a little
run for
bit.
their money.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that.
Or the Celtics
Yeah,
a run for their money when they had the big three.
Yeah, I agree with Tom. That the way they're young and they have a lot of good parts and a lot of aspects from point guard to big. So I think they could definitely be a team within the next following years if it's not this year. Like
So-
you said, keeping together. Yeah.
So here's a question for you. We had we were talking about the 57 finalists for Team USA, right?
Yeah.
And you can only take 12 guys are making this roster, right? Who are
Right.
your let's just for argument's sake, we're going to take 4 point guards. Who are your 4 point guards making your Team USA?
Of all time or right now?
No, right now.
Like
now.
If you had to pick 4 point guards in the league
playing this
right now.
summer. You got to take the team this summer to go play.
Wow. Steph Curry, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100% Steph Curry. I would take Russell Westbrook too, just because of his absolute dogness on the floor, just the way he attacks everything.
Okay. This is where it gets a little tough now.
Yeah, it does. So I'm trying to just think of I'm trying to think of every team before I just say another point guard.
I could tell you one I would take right now.
Would you take those two?
I would have took those two.
I knew you were going.
It's that time.
This
Oh, right.
is Dame a point guard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we considering Dame a point guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking him 100%.
Okay.
Fourth. Honestly, I'm taking.
This is
You
tough.
might not like this. But I'm a big fan. I'm taking LaMelo Ball.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
I'm a
dark horse.
huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of his game, the way he passes, and I think he's gonna be unreal. So
Just
give him the
saying.
experience. Let him go play with USA boys. I'm taking LaMelo.
He's going to be a future Team USA guy, possibly.
I'm floored because
Yeah,
you just
I
talked up the Suns, how you think they could make a
I
run.
thought
You
for
talked
sure you were
about
going Chris Paul. I
CP3.
thought
But you know
for
what?
sure.
I found this list, right? Now, again, here's the thing that I really find interesting about the list. You went in, you said Steph, right? You said Russ. Who was the third?
Dame.
Right. And you kind of cut me or got to the point quicker, beat me to the punch, I guess, was asking, is Dame considered a point guard? You could almost say that with the rest of these guys.
Right. Like they can play.
Like Steph's such a knockdown shooter.
Where you can kind of run them off screens.
Do you consider him a 1 or do you consider him a 2?
Yeah.
Russ could play off the ball as well.
Right.
Russ, I mean, he could even probably play it as a 3.
If you really
the
needed
way
him to,
how hard he plays.
Right.
So
Right.
when you go down the list, you have Mike Conley. Right.
Okay.
He's probably not making a team.
Wow.
You got Steph already. There's who's the next point? I don't know if you're are you gonna consider Harden a point guard? Are you gonna consider him a 2?
At this point in his career, I would say he's a 1.
You got Drew Holiday, Kyrie Irving.
Is Kemba on that list?
Kemba's on the list. Kyle Lowry.
There's a lot of good names.
Right. Chris Paul. You mentioned him with the Suns. Fred VanVleet.
Ooh.
John Wall.
Ooh.
Like all these, and we're just talking about the point guards. You could come up with 12 point guards to send to represent the United States.
This is the crazy part. And you kind of hit on it last week, and I know you would agree with this. When's the last time any of these guys said you're not good enough to play on a team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like the first time ever. They're kind of like where they're all trying out, and they're like kind of being told, like, hey, thanks for coming out, but maybe you better luck next year.
Yeah. We're going to go another route.
Fred
We're gonna look
Van,
another way.
Freddie Van Fleet's been through it before. Didn't he go to like VCU or something?
No,
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
some of those guys like him, like Trey Young's on the list. Those guys, to be just considered a top 57, to even be considered, is probably
Their
The fact that
highlight.
I know
the ceiling on them for this
the
go-around.
The fact that the name Fred Van Fleet came out of your mouth really surprised me. Good player.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd be on the list of top 57.
He was playing really, really well.
He played really well this
with
season.
Toronto
He
the
did.
last couple of years. That year they won the title. He was a huge part of it.
I know. Still very shocked that
Yeah.
his name came out of your mouth.
So, Noah, what's the goals for you this upcoming season? Like, what are your personal goals? Not team goals, but things that you kind of want to accomplish for yourself.
Just honestly enjoying myself in my last competitive year of basketball. It's been great, like however long playing, and obviously I'm not playing any more basketball after this. So I think just enjoying my last year and trying to put everything together that I was ever taught, and just having a real solid year.
Just being that kind
Having
of
fun.
leader on the court, that coach on the court,
Yeah, man.
So you said this would have been your last year. This past year, haven't you lost it to COVID, right?
Yeah.
Is there how many guys? Is there others on the team in the same situation that are coming back with you?
No, I'm the only one.
Okay. How's our boy JJ and Brad and those guys doing down there?
Good. Brad was finishing out the semester. He golfed at the end, so he was doing that. JJ's doing good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really haven't done much basketball stuff. We just got to lift. Like we just lifted 3 times a week for the whole semester, for the whole year this past year. So
Okay.
Quick question for you, Noah. So our guy Brad, last week I think it came up. I remember in high school where granted I didn't really know Brad, but a couple times down the field house he used to just talk about how he would 100% take Jerry McNamara, prime high school, 35 point per game. Jerry McNamara, he would take him one-on-one. Brad averaging somewhere between 8 and 12, not really sure. And he came back at Matt and said that he never said that.
No, he didn't come at me. He was coming. Well,
he told you
He came
and
through
said
me to
he
tell
told
you
you
that
to
he
deliver
never
the
said that.
message.
Right.
Now, did you ever hear? I would imagine you probably would have heard him say that because he probably said that stuff all the time in team. But like, you just don't forget something like that. When someone's like, "Yeah, Jerry McNamara, best player to ever come out of this area. Yeah, I could take him one-on-one." Like, can you back me up on this? Have you ever heard him say this? I heard you laughing
You're
as I
asking
started.
the wrong guy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
yeah, honestly, I
Asking the wrong
honestly
guy.
have not heard Brad say that, but I'm also going to put out there that Brad could have very well.
He
said
would
that.
say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, like he could have said that, but I've never heard him say that.
He
That's
100.
hilarious, though.
Yeah, I swear, I'm walking into the field house and he's just like, "Yeah, like I could take Jerry. I would have took Jerry in his prime." I'm like, "What?"
I love him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even come close to Jerry.
Does he score a point on Jerry?
No.
Okay.
No,
Just
he doesn't.
asking.
He doesn't score.
In
Okay.
what world does he score
Just
a point
asking.
on him?
Just asking.
Jerry was a freshman when I was a senior in high school, right? We used to play in the Finan tournament up at Carbondale,
Okay.
right? Carbondale has that opening season tournament up there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think who besides it was West, Carbondale, maybe Honesdale,
Okay.
and Bishop Hannon at the time. And we're all seniors, and you know, and we knew Jerry coming up. It was going to be very, very good. I mean,
Yeah.
even when he was up the road here at Holy Rosary, he was a stud, right?
Right.
So, but when it comes time, we've all been there. You're a senior. Here comes the highly touted freshman, and you guys are going to show him who's
Show 'em the
boss,
ropes,
and
show 'em the
yeah,
ropes.
welcome to the neighborhood type
Yeah,
thing,
right.
right? So we get up there. We're playing Hannon, Coyle's on the team, Foley, all these guys, right? And never forget, it was we're going down the other end of the floor, like away where you would come in,
Yeah.
right? And one of us, I don't know who, I can't remember who it was, but threw a ball coming up the floor, getting ready to cross half court, throws the ball to a guy over on the wing, let's say, but extended, kind of
Yeah.
near the scorer's table.
Okay.
Jerry comes out and picks the pass off, right?
Uh-oh.
Picks the pass off, goes down the other end, just crushes the ball, dunks it, right? We're like, all right, kick a play. let's move on from this argument. But yeah, there's no way Brad touches Jerry.
Actually, wait.
in his prime, Brad wouldn't have touched him that freshman year.
Really?
Never mind when by the time Jerry was a junior,
Finally,
senior,
senior, junior,
you know,
right?
playing some phenomenal. That's the one thing I regret. Like, having gone out to Indiana,
Was not being
I
able to see
wasn't
him
able
play.
to see Jerry play. You know, it's not like it is now where you
can
could
just
pull
go
up
to
a game on the
YouTube, right.
internet, right? You know,
Right.
And he putting up. I can't remember how much he put up against Stowe Rocks, but he at Mart's Hall, but
Oh, okay.
he had an outstanding game,
Right.
You know, but yeah, there's no way Brad touches him.
He did actually. Our Instagram story again for the people listening.
Yeah.
Chooping It Up Pod on Instagram. He replied to our story. Ronnie impressed me. Not gonna lie, didn't think he'd have a chance at doing decent. I'd still take GMAC or Ron one-on-one, so that is in writing on our messages.
See, so Brad, again, we said Brad would say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this was after he told Matt that he never said that. So He's gonna
Tom,
be a great guest.
speaking of Syracuse, do you see Patty Casey's gonna go play there?
Yeah, I saw that. What did?
That's awesome.
Yeah, did he?
I think he's transferring.
Is he like a grad transfer?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's his
sure.
last year.
Okay.
And I
So he
think
doesn't
he's
lose a
walking
year,
on
right,
there to
Noah?
play. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was cool.
Oh, no. Tell him the story about when Antonio punched you in the leg.
Why do I have to tell that?
Oh, I remember that.
You remember that one?
Yeah, his quad blew up. Like, yo, I'll tell you what. No kidding right now though. Seriously, that until you just said that, that makes a ton of sense with your other injury then.
Does it?
Why?
Yeah, because
Really?
Yeah, because a person's quad doesn't swell like that. Like I've seen it one other time that somebody's quad blew up the way Noah's did when Antonio punched
I
him
thought that was
time.
a funny story. That's why I told you to bring it up.
Yeah.
So what happened? I don't know the
Go
story.
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, we were at the Civic Center, and I fuck Antonio. It's so easy to mess with him. So. And I used to love it. So me being a young idiot was just running around trying to provoke him to do anything. So I was getting under his skin, and I had said something that was definitely out of line, and he just got up and just came, and I was sitting on the couch and I braced for impact, and I just put my legs up kind of like Vito, just trying to bear up, and he caught my leg real good, and I got up and ran it off, and then 5 minutes later I was just standing there, and I went to grab my leg to bring it up to my butt, and I couldn't even bend it at all, and it wouldn't come back. So I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that was bad.
And,
Oh boy.
yeah, so I went and saw Tom and stuff, and
When was that? How old were you when that happened?
Oh, he had to be in
I
6th,
think
7th
it
grade.
was no, because that's when I was starting to play
Yeah, no, he was playing
summer
with
ball with Abda.
Right.
So I think it was
So you were in
I think it
9th
was
grade.
It might have been in third
I think it was
grade then.
going in. I think it was going into freshman year because I was starting to play, and I was supposed to play my first week, and I told Abba yo, I can't come, and I was like, I'll be at the game, but I can't play. He's like, well, why? And I was like, yeah,
Well.
Russo punched me in the leg and all this, and that's when Abda lost his mind. He was freaking out.
Russo gave me a shot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In all fairness, I definitely deserved it.
So you're gonna make your way up to the Spartan Gymnasium this year to see little brother Gabe.
Yeah, as soon as people are allowed back in and stuff, and
Well, that'll be
hopefully over the summer we can come in and scrimmage them. So
I was watching the game not too long ago down at the arena against Prep, and I don't know what I found more amusing, whether it was just watching Gabe play or watching you and Josh's reaction to Gabe playing on some of the plays he made.
Yeah.
It was, the two of them are going out of their mind. You could still see it on film. They're going out of their minds. He hit a couple knockdown threes.
yeah, that was awesome. I came late because I was working a lacrosse game for Kings, but I got there and they said he was playing well, and I don't know, watching him play, I didn't even expect to start acting like that, but it's so fun watching him play, and especially when he does good and does the stuff we know he could do.
Right.
So it was definitely very, very, very fun to watch him play, and a lot of people were commenting on the reactions we had. Denise even took a picture at one point.
Yeah, I've seen that picture. I can
So,
say honestly, that's how I was with you. When I came back and watched you play your senior year, and there was a couple of games where you kind of took over, or you kind of make a big play, and it's you get caught up in that moment of just being
Right.
the big brother, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's my blood, that's my
Yeah.
dude, and all of a sudden you're looking
Yeah,
around, you're
definitely.
like, oh my god, I'm kind of yelling my face off right now. I need to take
Cool-
a seat right
cool
now.
off a
Yeah,
little bit. Right,
take
right.
it easy. But I mean, it's hard not to get emotional when you see your family doing well at a game that you love to play too.
yeah.
Basketball
Yeah.
runs through our family, and
Yeah,
to see,
I think it comes back to the even now you guys as the three of you haven't all gone through and played to sit and watch Gabe play. You don't have control of what's going on the floor.
right.
You don't so you just have to sit there and brace and take it, and you're more nervous to watch him than if it were you to actually be
Because I have more control. Like
putting
you're saying,
putting
right?
a jersey on,
Right.
and when you get those moments where he makes a great play or does this, does that, that's when that release comes because
Right.
it's just like a almost a weight lifted off you because you're a nervous wreck for the kid.
Right.
You know?
I couldn't not explain that better myself, because that's like exactly it right there. It's like, I don't know why, but when I watch him play, I almost don't even want to, because I'm just like so nervous, because I know he's good. I know he will produce, but like it's just that nervous feeling. So when he does do something good, it's like, oh, just like you said, Tom, it is that release. So that's definitely a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like what? So what would you say was your best moment having played in high school?
I think when we won the league championship that night, just because of the way everything came together and the way the gym was and the energy and being seniors and getting that done. That a pretty crazy year.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun, but also winning the district championship, that was amazing. My sophomore year, being a chance to play in the CYC when it was last there. I love that venue when they had the district championship there.
Yeah, that was a big win.
Yeah.
Because the way they packed that place up, it was unbelievable. I'll never forget. It was full to the brim for all those games that night. And we were the last one. It was awesome.
Uh-huh.
What was it like for you watching me and Josh come up and then you kind of follow in the footsteps? Was it kind of cool, kind of a weird experience, but like, what was that for you?
It was exciting. It was definitely like, it's just like, all right, I can't wait to finally be in that position to where I can go do that stuff. It was so fun watching you play, like doing what you did. Same thing with Josh. And then it was like, I just want it to be my turn. You know what I mean?
Kind of put your stamp onto the game now.
Yeah, exactly. But it was definitely like amazing to watch. I definitely learned so much from you, more so because just we're the same position and everything.
Right.
I definitely credit that stop half move you've done, because that's the only way I learned that from. And it's definitely
Stop halfway through, create the contact, go on up.
Yeah, like on the fast break, stop, slow down, and I can't even. I used to watch film. I can't even count how many times I used that, and it worked every time. So.
Yep.
Nice.
Definitely fun watching you guys play.
It was fun watching you play, my man. Still is. I'm excited to see you come back this year and put a tear on the league.
Yeah, I'm excited to just play one more time and have a good season, you know. Like I said, none of it would have been possible without Tom, if anyone wants to be honest here. So,
Come on, man.
Tom, let's be honest, man. My man's bashful.
I appreciate it.
Tom saved the day, so
That's good. At least he
forever
did.
thankful for the man.
At least he did for one, Tanner. Matt still can't throw a football because of Tom. So at least he helped you out.
No.
No. Okay.
You gonna ask your coach question or what?
What?
Your coach question.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thanks for bringing it up.
Because I got one to follow up on it.
Okay,
now,
so
moving
I
forward.
asked all the guys this that we bring on is, do you see yourself coaching in the future? Well, I don't see you really coaching golf or tennis, but you do have a good insight on the game of basketball. I think you could relate really well with people. Do you see yourself getting into it, whether it may be a head coaching or an assistant somewhere?
Yeah, I hopefully and eventually, you know, like.
What are the goals for you coaching wise? Like, do you want to become a head coach, or would you rather just be kind of like that assistant kind of role guy, just here and there, putting input in, kind of breaking guys down?
Honestly, right now, like, I don't have any aspirations to go and like be some big head coach, because like I want to more so like do like career stuff, like with like a job and stuff like that. But
Right.
like along down the line, having kids and stuff, I could see myself being like a head coach of their team and stuff like that. But
Okay.
maybe like what you did too, like an assistant, like that's definitely something I could see myself doing. But
I can see you fit really well into that role too.
Yeah, I just don't think I would take on a head coach job until like I was more later in life, because I would just want to be an assistant, come in, be able to like even like bang around with the guys a little bit, and then also like just be that talking figure every now and then during timeout, stuff like that. But
That common figure,
coach.
yeah.
Yeah, just always like getting in certain guys' ears, stuff like that, you know.
Absolutely.
So my question, you're going to be the first guy I ask this question to.
Oh, I'm excited.
Right? So you've played for, a number of different coaches at different levels in a variety of different sports. So without being sport specific, okay?
Yeah.
Describe to me the perfect coach.
I just think the perfect coach is the one that has the most communication with what they want done compared to what you're good at. So I just think any coach that takes you in and notices what you're good at and then exploits you for that. And it's not like go do this and try to do that. It's using all the guys that you have at or whatever you have in a order of how you place your team, and just I think it's just communicating and knowing all your guys. That's one thing I found big with like, I mean, I'm not trying to be sports specific, but with my college coach now, like he just knows like the communication and the way you're able to just like speak. And there's no confusion at any point between all 5 guys, and that's the way it's been made through practice and film sessions and stuff like that. So I think just a coach that can easily communicate with all his players is the best coach.
Says the
Hands
communication major.
Yeah, communication's big.
Right.
Communication
Right.
is key.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So career-wise, I got a question for you. Been holding this one for like a half hour. So
It's like he's holding it.
yeah.
I'm so excited. I get to talk now.
No, so you said right,
Like he's
communicate
prairie dogging it.
communication major. Based on what you were talking about earlier, it seems like the path for you career-wise is to obviously to get into writing, potentially catch on, write about sports. Seems like it'd be a good
Right.
fit for you. Have you ever considered, or do you think it would be something where you would potentially kind of do your own website, do your own thing, just to get an idea, just to write some things and put some stuff out there?
Like
Just
a blog?
content. I'm not blog. I mean, you get your own website,
Just
but
freelancing? Freelance
just to
work?
write.
Okay.
I mean, just to write, and then that way, write about stuff, hone your craft, so that way when you actually get in the door,
You're ready to go.
or start doing communications, one, you have kind of like a portfolio, or you also honed your, I don't know, writing
Style?
voice, I guess. Yeah,
Craft,
style would be a good thing. Something you ever
Yeah,
consider?
Yeah, absolutely. So with what I'm doing now, like I'm creating 2 different types of portfolios. I create one where it's just like, this is who I am, this is what I've done, this is where I've worked, this is I studied. And then with my major, I also create what's called a creative portfolio. So that's where I'm taking like all the stuff that I've been doing throughout the years. So like, for example, this past semester, I took a news writing class, and my teacher was the head news writer of our school's radio station, and she actually works for Wilkesboro radio station and stuff. And what our job was basically getting news stories together throughout the whole year that were presented throughout our King's College. So I was like in charge of multiple times, like gathering stories, writing out a news story, and then I would narrate it myself. And that's some stuff that I've been able to just start putting together in a portfolio to show. And like you said, I definitely think I want to do something like that, where I don't really know if it's podcast, but definitely some sort of sports writing and reporting where I could have my own platform. So it's like, on top of the portfolio, it's like, this is my own stuff that I'm doing. And definitely with the next upcoming year and stuff, I know I've been talks with like Kings for doing reporting on games and stuff. I might do a couple girls basketball games. So definitely add my own dynamic there.
Yeah. I think it'd be something you'd be good at.
Like Kobe's,
Yeah, absolutely.
like Kobe's little short video, right? What is
Kobe being Kobe?
the
Kobe talks or something like that? I don't know.
No. That he won the that Oscar for Dear Basketball.
Was that,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My bad. Yep. I thought
When
you
he
were talking
retired,
about the
right?
ESPN Plus
That's
thing.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you were talking about.
No. Detail,
Yeah.
right?
No, but that would definitely be something I think you'd be good at. And definitely need to be a guest live in person for the Choop Sports postgame show when you make it up to a game this year.
I'd love to.
There we go.
Still be a thing.
Noah is going to write commentary about the Hooper Pro Day.
Oh, my God.
We're going to allow one reporter in.
And it's Noah.
It's going to be Noah.
I can do that. You know, with the school and everything now, that's actually something I could come in and do. So I would love to.
You don't even have. You could write about it. You don't even have to watch it. Let's be honest. You could put it together tonight before you get to bed.
It'd still be awesome.
Wow. I take a lot of shit on this podcast. I don't like it.
I was gonna say, Hoop, how are you taking this, bud? Like,
Listen,
you're
you know
gonna
what?
start dishing it out to these fools.
You, I don't know if you follow Chooping It Up Pod on Instagram. You put a great video while we were recording this of your brother getting blown up in Vince McMahon's limo for the 5th time. You definitely go check that one out.
I'll
Gabe
have to.
already liked it, so
Little asshole.
you're gonna beat him up when you get home.
Probably. See him soon.
Yeah, literally. You'll see him.
If you saw Hooper with this, sorry excuse for a mustache.
I have a goatee now.
Oh, and a goatee
It's a
now.
goatee.
You would understand.
Probably better than Matt's scruffle he gets all over his face.
You really want to go down that road, Noah?
What? You can say something about my facial hair I don't grow? Because I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, because you
I
can't.
don't look like that.
Because you're a baby
I'm
face
fine with it. I'm fine with it.
child.
There's nothing wrong with it.
All right, so
Nothing wrong with looking youthful, bud.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
when you setting up the Tanner 3-point contest, NFHS Network, when's this date? Can we set a date right now, live on the air?
We're going to set the date
Whenever-
right now.
Yeah,
Set
let's.
that
Yeah,
date,
I'm-
sure.
I'm ready.
Noah's ready whenever.
okay. You set it up. You run it to your people.
We'll get.
You're in
We'll get it
charge.
taken
Your
care of.
people talk to my people. We'll
Yeah.
get that figured
Yeah.
out.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
We'll get Mary Ruth on the horn. Be like, oh, can we figure out schedules here? Let's get all 4 of the boys up into the gym. I'll send a broadcast out.
You
You
want
have to
Russell
get
to
some
shoot too?
security.
You want Russell to shoot?
Yeah, Russ could shoot. Russ might win.
I don't know if he'll reach the rim from the 3-point line.
Wow.
We have to get some security up there too.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That'll be a packed. Oh, not even packed, just because we'll all be fighting.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Ronnie. We'll get Ronnie.
After I win, Matt and Josh are gonna be upset. So
Oh my god.
Telling you, need to make
All
it
right.
happen.
No, you're a great guest. It was great having you on.
Get back to your studies.
Yeah.
I think there's a game
Go
on.
pack your bag for Florida.
no, yeah, it just
Oh.
started. I packed my bags already. This game's about to tip off.
All right.
Who won the last game? Since we're
The Grizzlies just won. Actually, they won by 4.
Oh wow,
they
that
came
came
back.
Oh wow.
Ja, all right.
Okay, cool.
All right, well,
So yeah,
enjoy Florida.
Yeah, enjoy your trip, bud.
Thanks for joining us.
Good talking
thank
to
you
you,
guys
Noah.
for the opportunity. It was a great time. I appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good night.
You too,
You
pal.
too, bud.
Good talking to you, buddy.
All right, my people. I'll see you guys soon.
Take
See
it
ya.
easy.
Again, another great coach.
Yeah. I think he'd be a heck of a sports writer. Like, I could see Noah like on ESPN, I feel like. Does he do well with cameras?
Who, Noah?
Yeah.
In the aspect of like being in front of one?
Yeah, is he just
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
yeah, 100%.
I don't think I've never seen him
I feel-
afraid to talk to somebody.
yeah,
that's true.
He's like me. Like we can have a conversation with during anything.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see because even hearing it, because I think that's one thing that is kind of lost or more of a rare skill, I guess, is writing.
Yeah.
And I've seen, haven't been around the high school kids, you see little examples here and there, and some of them, like I consider myself a decent writer, and you look and you're like, what in the heck is that? That's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'd be really, really intrigued to. I've never seen any piece that he's ever written or
Yeah.
anything like that to just.
Is that a
Kinda-
cool dynamic for you to kind of see like the roads
Yeah, it's definitely been one of the most interesting parts for me.
Yeah.
Because like even Noah, your brother was, man, how many years younger than you is he? Yeah, I mean, he was a young kid.
He was in 8th grade when I
when-
was a senior.
Right, so maybe
Yeah.
4th grade, 5th
Yeah.
grade, when he was running around with Coach Bazalia's grandsons and
Right,
stuff like
doing
that.
head
And that's
nose.
probably who he's going to Florida with, right? Is he going to
Yeah.
see Nico?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Noah.
Or Noah, yeah,
Yeah.
Noah. So,
So Noah.
right, always running around and that, and never mind Gabe, to now he's got his stuff together.
Right.
He's got to kind of plan and figure out what he wants to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting. Like even we were golfing and Corey with the auditor generals and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's neat to see what everybody goes and kind of ventures off into and what they're doing and
How we all kind of stay connected, though, to a certain extent, too.
yeah. You know, and finally everybody's growing up, you know.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, to a degree.
Somewhat.
At least getting
Yeah.
big boy, big girl jobs, you know.
Yeah. Well, he'll probably listen to this on the way back from Florida, huh? Noah?
Yeah. Oh, we might listen to it. Yeah.
He's a listener.
Or he'll listen to it
Listen,
when he's down
He'll
there.
get us a listen
Yeah,
outside
Florida
of that
listen?
that penicillin.
Yeah.
The
We'll get one down
penicillin city,
Florida.
remember?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
This is the Frillis there.
Somebody needs a shot down there.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't check the stats. But Varaxa was in New Orleans for a week, so he was listening. Him and his girlfriend were driving back from New
Oh,
Orleans.
okay.
He listened, so we probably got a New Orleans listen.
Beautiful.
He was actually the reason that we started the TikTok tonight. He sent me a account of another podcast. They have like 500,000 followers. He's like, you guys. He told me that we should definitely start a TikTok because our podcast is way better than them. So I'm like, okay.
You say so.
I'm like, I trust you,
Let's
Al.
give it a shot.
Al, you've never steered me wrong to this point in my life.
Right.
I'll go with it. Yeah, so you can go follow us on TikTok now.
On another one.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a good
I
conversation.
think
Great-
that's a good way to
great
end it.
conversation.
Yeah, great
Yep.
way to end it. Great guest.
We have
So now we've had two out of
This was 13?
this was 13.
two out of the four Tanners
Yeah.
on here. Tanner boys.
I think we got to wait till Gabe graduates. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
I'm
No
talking
way.
Josh. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but he is. There are four of you. So yes, Gabe won't get on here for at least 5 years. But Josh, he's a ready-made guest.
You got to be out. You got to be out a
of high
couple
school.
years.
You got to be out a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't. You're right.
Yeah. Got to be out. Not freshly. You haven't lived.
Unless you're some phenom out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
if
we
a
get a
phenom
bit-
wants to come on, I'm not going to tell
Right.
him no.
We get a baseball player or somebody that just goes all of a sudden like playing AA ball right out of high school.
Bud,
They'll
come
get
on.
on.
Come on.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
You're going to G League.
yeah, you got to wait.
Come on.
You
Come
wait.
on.
Come on.
Otherwise, you got to wait.
Otherwise, we're like the NCAA when it comes to football. You got to be out of high school at least a couple years.
Yeah, it's like the NFL draft rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
This
not-
is a Chooping
you're not
It Up
eligible.
pod. You're not. We have eligibility requirements. You need to be out of high school at least 2 years, unless you're a phenom in some sort of sport, athletic
Right,
event.
unless you
Then
got a Nike deal, Adidas deal,
We can cut a deal with
we'll
you.
figure it out.
Chooping It Up, episode 13, music.
It's been a
on,
pleasure.
Playing. We'll see you next one. Next week, episode 14. Don't know who we got yet. Your guess as good as ours.
Stay tuned.